Hi, everyone. So, before we move forward with specific hormone problems, I wanted to go over some basics. So, it doesn't matter if you're experiencing PMS or menopause, insomnia, weight problems, um, anxiety, mood swings, it doesn't matter what the hormone problem is. In order to know how to affect it, we have to understand the whole system and how it's working. So we're just going to think into that today a little bit. So first and foremost, what's a hormone? A hormone is a chemical messenger. Its job is to communicate, and it allows our body to interact with the environment and come back into balance. So it's what helps us be resilient, and it affects every part of our body, and they're super connected with one another. So they interact with one another. They're complex. You can't just take one out at a time. They all very much work together. So I think a good analogy for that is when I used to teach yoga and we would be doing tree pose, balancing in tree pose, you would never just be getting into that pose and staying where you are. You'd be swaying, falling out, moving, straightening. So that's kind of how hormones are. They're keeping you into balance, moving, but keeping you balanced. And if you fall out of balance, your resilience, your hormones help you get back into balance. So when a specific hormone is out of balance, again, you really can't isolate it. So we need to understand the whole process. So we're going to kind of dig in a little bit here to the layers so we can understand farther down the road how it all works. So essentially, we have a gland, right? So we have a gland that produces hormones. That might be in your brain, your hypothalamus, your pituitary. It could be your thyroid, your pancreas, your adrenals, your ovaries, testes. So we have a gland, right? And then they produce the hormone, and the hormone comes from different nutrient precursors. So that looks different for each hormone. So you have the gland, then the gland has to make the hormone, and then that hormone has to travel through your blood. So gland, make the hormone, travel through your blood, and then the cell, the target cell, so where that hormone is talking to, needs to receive that hormone. So we have the gland, needs to make the hormone, needs to travel through your blood. It needs to be received by the specific target cell. And then the hormone that had been used needs to be detoxed, broken down, and excreted. So all of these things need to happen for proper hormone function. And anything can go wrong along the way. So we need to really dig into what specifically is going on in our own body. So instead of just replacing a hormone, it might not be that's the problem. It might be that the cells aren't receiving the hormone. So you could consider, like in an autoimmune disease, it may be the actual gland that's being destroyed. So that gland can no longer produce a hormone. With toxins can impact the cell receptivity. So that cell might be blocked by that toxin, so it can't take that specific hormone. So it might look in your blood that you have plenty of hormone, so there's nothing wrong here, but your cells may not be receiving that hormone properly. So as for precursors, we've got cholesterol, that's the backbone for our sex hormones. So we need to have enough of that in order to make enough sex hormones. They're all different. There's tyrosine, it's an amino acid. That is the backbone for the thyroid hormone. The thyroid hormone needs iodine. So if we're lacking, deficient in any specific nutrient, it can impact the amount of hormone that can be produced. Constipation, so when we're constipated, we're not excreting the used hormones so they can reabsorb in the body. Our liver health, we need to have a healthy liver to detox those hormones. So things can happen all along the way. So by understanding that and then considering our own specific situation, you can know where to target your problem and get the best results. Excuse my dog. So anyway, next time we talk, we're going to be talking about the hierarchy of hormones. So there are certain hormones that are bossier than other hormones and that you need to address first before you can address the downstream ones. We'll be talking later about the thyroid. We can talk about homeostasis and the body staying in balance and resiliency. And we'll talk about all sorts of stuff. But thanks for listening, and listen to this again so that you understand those stages that need to happen. So you have to have a functioning gland. It has to make the hormone. The hormone has to travel through the body. Then it needs to be received by the specific target cell. And then that hormone needs to be broken down and excreted from the body. So anyway, thanks for listening, and we'll see you soon. Bye.